Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful. All praise is due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah's peace and blessings be upon His final messenger Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, his household and his companions. My dearest viewers, wherever you are, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome back to our show, Every Word Counts. Today, inshallah ta'ala, we're going to be going through our new verse, inshallah, from Surah Al-Hajj. And here is the recitation. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ومن الناس من يجادل في الله بغير علم ولا هدى ولا كتاب منير ثاني عطفه ليضل عن سبيل الله له في الدنيا خزي ونذيقه يوم القيامة عذاب الحريق ذلك بما قدمت يداك وأن الله ليس بظلام للعبيد ومن الناس من يعبد الله على حرف فإن أصابه خير اطمأن به وإن أصابته فتنة انقلب على وجهه خسر الدنيا والآخرة ذلك هو الخسران المبين يدعو من دون الله ما لا يضره وما لا ينفعه ذلك هو الضلال البعيد يدعو لمن ضره أقرب من نفعه لبئس المولى ولبئس العشير. These are few verses, but obviously we're going to concentrate on one verse only. So inshallah ta'ala, our verse is this. وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يُجَادِلُ فِي اللَّهِ بِغَيْرِ عِلْمٍ. Our first word is the word of يُجَادِل. Allah is saying, subhanahu wa ta'ala, amongst people, some people who argue in regards to Allah without ilm, without knowledge. They are arguing for the sake of argument. There's no need. بِغَيْرِ عِلْمٍ وَلَا هُدًى. And there is no even guidance. وَلَا كِتَابِ مُنِيرٍ. And there isn't a book they refer to. They're just arguing about Allah because they want to argue. So Allah is talking about this kind of people. وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يُجَادِلُ فِي اللَّهِ بِغَيْرِ عِلْمٍ وَلَا هُدًى وَلَا كِتَابٍ مُنِيرٍ ثَانِيَ عِطْفِهِ. When you talk to them, when they hear the truth, they twist the basically next towards there or that direction because they don't want to listen. ثَانِيَ عِطْفِهِ means he's turning his head. Okay? Means I'm not interested in whatever you are saying. ثَانِيَ عِطْفِهِ لِيُضِلَّ عَنْ سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. The outcome of this is to mislead people and take them away from Allah's path. So our first word is يُجَادِلُ. وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يُجَادِلُ. يُجَادِلُ from الجدال. Okay? يجادل from الجدال. الجدال is argument. الجدال is not all the time a bad thing. There is a good argument. When the argument is based on logic, based on evidence, based on good intention. You are arguing because you want to make a point, you want to understand other people. So this argument is hasana, is good, is needed. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala recommended this. وَلَا تُجَادِلُوا أَهْلَ الْكِتَابِ إِلَّا بِالَّتِي أَحْسَنَ. Allah said, do not argue with the people of the book, means Christians and Jews, except with what? بِالَّتِي أَحْسَنَ. In good way, in the best of manners. So Allah is recommending arguing with people, means talking about with them, bringing evidences, listening to them, giving them chance to talk so we can talk. That is called al-jidal al-hasan. It's good. But the al-jidal al-batil, the false one, is the one that is based on desires. So inshallah, next word today is وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يُجَادِلُ فِي اللَّهِ بِغَيْرِ عِلْمٍ. Al-ilm. Al-ilm without knowledge. So al-ilm means knowledge. Let me write it for you. Ilm. Here we go. Ilmun. Ilamim. Ilm comes from knowledge. There's another word which is like equivalent to al-ilm, is al-ma'rifah. In English you say knowledge. But اللغة العربية we have al-ilm, knowledge, and we have al-ma'rifah, knowledge as well. If you go to the dictionary, ma'rifah, knowledge. But in Arabic, there is a gap between the two words. Al-ma'rifah is the knowledge that comes after ignorance. Comes after ignorance. You didn't know something, and then you learned, that is called al-ma'rifah. But al-ilm, that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, His name is al-alim, allamul ghuyub, al-alim, all-knowing. He didn't gain the knowledge. He wasn't, subhanahu wa ta'ala, glory be to Him, he wasn't ignorant and then he learned, subhanahu wa ta'ala. His ilm is one of His attributes. One of His attributes, subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's always there. So He's not al-arif, though al-ma'rifah is knowledge, but we don't say Allah is al-arif. Allah is al-alim, all knowing. Because al-ma'rifah, though it is knowledge, but it's something you gained afterward, after being ignorant, so you learned. So you can see again how deep al-lugha al-arabiyya is very, very sensitive to different meanings. Al-ma'rifah, knowledge. Al-ilm, knowledge. But there is a gap. If your ilm came after ignorance, that is al-ma'rifah. If the ilm is always there, is knowledge. Also, al-ilm has plural of it in Arabic. Ulum. Ilm, ulum. But in English, you can't say knowledges. It's one thing. There is only one level. You can't say knowledges because it's one thing. It's not something you touch. Book, books. Pen, pens. Knowledge, only knowledge. But in Arabic, we don't have that problem. Arabic is deeper than that. You can say knowledges in Arabic. Ulum. In English, you can say sciences. So inshallah ta'ala, with the time you will get used to these words inshallah, and the more you learn them, the more you get, it's like building your own vocabulary library in your mind. So you are collecting words now, and inshallah one day you will speak the language subconsciously, because this is how you will learn things. The best way is to learn them subconsciously. So now inshallah you are somehow learning them subconsciously. May Allah ta'ala reward you. So now I'm going to go through the verses. So our first verse inshallah ta'ala is as follows. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ولا تأكلوا مما لم يذكر اسم الله عليه وإنه لفسق وإن الشياطين ليوحون إلى أوليائهم ليجادلوكم وإن أطعتموهم إنكم لمشركون. That's the first verse. And the second verse inshallah as follows. ها أنتم حاججتم فيما لكم به علم فلم تحاجون فيما ليس لكم به علم والله يعلم وأنتم لا تعلمون. The third verse is as follows. قال علمها عند ربي في كتاب لا يضل ربي ولا ينسى. So these are three verses inshallah ta'ala. I want you to try to see if you can highlight the three words inshallah we are learning today inshallah ta'ala. So I'll let you go for now. We're going to have a short break as usual, and I hope I see you inshallah after the break inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to Every Word Counts. Inshallah ta'ala, in this program again, we are learning words from the Quran al-Kareem to try to be connected with the Quran and through the Quran with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Let us speak about some of the tafsir of this verse, inshallah ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about some kind of people. وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يُجَادِلُ فِي اللَّهِ بِغَيْرِ عِلْمٍ. Some people, they like to argue regarding Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala without any knowledge. That is a really bad habit. If we don't have al-ilm al-sahih, the authentic knowledge, we should remain quiet. That is what the verse is saying to us. If we speak without ilm, then we are part of these people that Allah is talking about. So He's talking to us about us. If we are amongst those people who speak about Allah, speak about al-halal and al-haram, speak about this is bid'ah, this is not bid'ah, without ilm, without enough ilm, without authentic ilm, that is something that Allah dislikes. In fact, Allah spoke about it in Quran to make us run away from it. وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَن يُجَادِلُ فِي اللَّهِ بِغَيْرِ عِلْمٍ. And don't forget that نِصْفُ الْعِلْمِ أَسْوَأُ مِنَ الْجِهْلِ means half of the knowledge is worse than ignorance. Half of the knowledge is worse than ignorance. Why? Because the person who is ignorant, he says, I don't know. He's in safe position. I don't know. But the person who has got he has a bit of information, he thinks he knows it all. He thinks he knows it all. So he will argue about the deen, about al-halal and haram, yet he has no certainty. So make sure you don't speak about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, al-halal and haram, cause fitna in the ummah on the basis of your ignorance and you think you are doing something good. We have to avoid ourselves, we have to avoid being in this position. وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَن يُجَادِلُ فِي اللَّهِ بِغَيْرِ عِلْمٍ وَلَا هُدًى. No guidance, there is no guidance. وَلَا كِتَابٍ مُنِيرٍ. And there is no book, means the divine revelation. He's just talking, guessing. He heard a bit from there and a bit from there and he's gathering it and now he thinks he can speak about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the way how he desires. وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَن يُجَادِلُ فِي اللَّهِ بِغَيْرِ عِلْمٍ وَلَا هُدًى وَلَا كِتَابٍ ثَانِيَ عِطْفِهِ لِيُضِلَّ عَنْ سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. When the truth comes to us, we have to accept it. This is a merit. This is something that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves. When you go back to the truth, means you love the truth. And Allah is the truth. Allah is al-haq. You never ever let anything take you away from accepting the truth. Whether it's coming from your wife, or coming from your children, or coming from non-Muslims, or coming from people who are, you think they are less educated than you, it doesn't matter. If you remember last time, we spoke about a shaitan told the Sahaba something about Islam. That if you read Ayat al-Kursi to Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, if you read it when you go to sleep, Allah will protect you. It doesn't matter where the ilm is coming from. What is important is the authenticity of al-ilm. Abu Hurairah, when he heard that, radiallahu anhu, he asked the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he said to him, yes, sadaqaka wa huwa kadhub. What he said is correct. So you always double check. Don't take anything blindly. So that is very important. ثاني عطفه ليضل عن سبيل الله. ليضل, some people think lam here means he is avoiding the truth because he wants to deceive people. No, lamul aqiba. When you deny the truth, you are deceiving people. Whether your intention is to deceive people or not. So when you avoid accepting the truth, that is actually you deceiving yourself, whether you know or not, and you are deceiving others, especially those who are you responsible, your children and so on. So make sure you always, accept the truth wherever it's coming from. That is something will make you, inshallah, better, inshallah ta'ala, in life. Another thing we learn from this verse is al-jidal, is arguing. Arguing is not a bad thing. It's good, but when it is based on the truth. When you are arguing for the sake of learning, to see what other people have, what they want to say, to hear them out, let them speak, you might learn something from them, and then you exchange information. This is the beauty of Islam. La ikrah fi din. We don't force ideas or ulum or things on people. We share it with them. This is Islam. This is the submission that Islam means. Means we submit to the truth, we do it, we practice it, and we share it with others. We tell them this is what we believe and let people. So al-jidal is good. But the worst of jidal is this. يجادل في الله بغير علم, when there is no ilm, no knowledge, but for the sake of argument. Some people are created, subhanallah, for arguments. And Imam Ahmad rahimahullah, Imam Ahmad is one of the great scholars in the Ummah, rahimahullah. Imam Ahmad, one time he was walking on the street and he heard a man call him, Ya Aba Abdullah, Ya Aba Abdullah. Oh Imam Ahmad. And he stopped him. When he came next to him, he stopped him. And he said, I came to ask you a question. Imam Ahmad looked at his eyes and he said, ask. He asked him a question. Imam Ahmad didn't give him the right thing that he would give to anybody who's asking a question. So the man said to him, أخطأت, أخطأت, أخطأت. He was actually shouting Imam Ahmad on his face. You're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. And he left. People who heard the story, they came to Imam Ahmad, they said, what happened? You gave him like an answer you wouldn't normally give. He said, I looked at his eyes. I looked at his eyes and I saw that this man came for the sake of argument. He didn't come because he wants to learn or discuss or share something. I can see from his eyes that he came only to say to me, you're wrong. So I said to myself, let me give him something that deserves to be told, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. So I gave him something, because if I were to give him the truth and he would say to me, you're wrong, that will lead him astray. Because he would say to the truth that is wrong. So subhanAllah, some people are like that. May Allah protect us all. We have to have this skill of listening. And when we argue in the best of manners, as Allah guided us in the Quran. When we have the ilm, we use it in discussion. When we don't know, we say Allahu A'lam. That is good for us, because Allahu A'lam is half of the ilm, is half of being correct. When you say Allahu A'lam, you are in safe side. Only Allah knows. Allah knows best. Also, the verse mentions something. وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يَعْبُدُ اللَّهَ عَلَى حَرْفٍ. Some people, this is another group of people. وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يَعْبُدُ اللَّهَ عَلَى حَرْفٍ. Some people worship Allah on the edge. They are not in the middle of worship. They are on the edge. Anytime they fall down. وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يَعْبُدُ اللَّهَ عَلَى حَرْفٍ. حرف means the edge. فَإِنْ أَصَابَهُ خَيْرٌ. If he is in good terms with people, he's got money, he's got good job, she's got good job, she's got wealth, he is happy, she is happy, she is pleased, he is pleased. وَإِنْ أَصَابَهُ فَإِنْ أَصَابَهُ خَيْرٌ اطْمَأَنَّ بِهِ وَإِنْ أَصَابَتْهُ فِتْنَةٌ انْقَلَبَ عَلَى وَجْهِهِ خَسِرَ الدُّنْيَا وَالْآخِرَةِ. If they are tested, less money, they lost a job, some calamity came, a problem, anything, any fitna, any test comes from Allah, they change everything. It's like if they don't know Islam, if they don't know masjid anymore, it's like if they never prayed, they actually switch 180 degrees. This is another group of people. Allah is talking about them because He's saying to us, they are there, they do exist, but make sure you're not one of them, because they do exist. So subhanallah, these two groups of people, we need to be away from them, inshallah ta'ala. The first group, we shouldn't speak about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We shouldn't speak about His religion if we don't have enough and authentic ilm. We always refer to al-ulama, learn and read. Don't just rely on listening. As I said last time, Iqra is the first command Muhammad received from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you don't read, wallahi, nothing will help. Nothing. Because if you listen, you will be muqallid. You are copying other people. But if you read, you gain al-ilm. And that's why we have Al-Quran written. And that's why we have the Sunnah written. That's why the scholars of Islam in the course of centuries, they've been gathering al-ilm for us, is because they know and they knew that the nation without reading will be led astray. So we need to make sure we have a library at home. Perfect library. Spend time in reading. Because money, though it is important, will go one day. So that is very important. Al-ilm is very important. Second, we should be away from the second group. We shouldn't be on the edge. Make sure you increase your iman. Let us increase our iman. Qiyam al-layl, al-siyam, al-sadaqah, reading the Quran al-Kareem, getting the guidance from the Quran. The Quran is the main source of guidance. So we connect ourselves with the Quran al-Kareem. Why? Because we need to worship Allah perfectly. When we are happy, we are happy. That's a form of worship. When we are experiencing calamities, problems, fitna, whatever, we are patient as well, and that is another form of al-ibadah. So inshallah ta'ala, I'm not going to take more time of you inshallah for today. I'm going to let you go, but remember that we have the website ready inshallah ta'ala. Go to the website, download the flashcards, use them, go through the words, use them, speak about them, learn them, and inshallah tabaraka wa ta'ala, I ask Allah subhanahu to protect all of us inshallah and to make us amongst those who are successful, not amongst those people who speak about Allah and religion without ilm, not around or amongst those people who are on the edge. If anything happens, we fall down. May Allah make us on the Sirat al-Mustaqim. Ihdina Sirat al-Mustaqim. Allah guide us to the straight path. In the middle, that is a tariq. In the middle, and that is the path that will lead us inshallah to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to the pleasure of the hereafter. May Allah ta'ala protect me and you, and I hope I see you inshallah ta'ala in the next episode. This is Hassan Boulaghrasse Al-Jishtimi. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.